Hello folks, let's do today's CSS Battle. The daily target is quite a cute little item. Let's see what we need to do it. One of the things I want to do here is set this. Okay, so we're going to do a display flex as a nicety. So I'm going to do justify content, center, and align items, center. And then on the paragraph, I'm going to set a background of that. That's our background. Okay. Background of red. Now, I want it to be width of 100 and aspect ratio of 100. Of 1, rather. And then I'm going to do a rotate of 45 degrees. So this is the start of this. All right. Okay, so let's get the width right. We should be able to align, well, I'd like to be able to align that perfectly, and I just did. So that's great. So what are the pieces that we need? I think it's going to be a fairly straightforward 1-2 punch. A radial gradient gets us a circle. And because it's a square, I don't need the keyword circle. I need this color. And then a radius. I believe it's going to be less than 100, so 90 pixels. And then transparent, like that. How about 80? How about 75? And then I've got the other parts of this to do, which to me is very much a conic gradient. And I'm going to set a no repeat and then a width and a height. And I'm setting it at 0, 0, and with a width and a height. So, all right, I'm going to use goofy colors because I really want to see what I'm doing. So, where I want color are, on the first one, 25%, and then I want this color, 0, 50%, and then I'll do yellow, and then I want transparent, 0. Actually, I'm gonna do, I'll do orange. No, I'll do red. Okay. So if I can get the pieces of this aligned and use an @ value, then I can make this make sense. All right, so the height and width is wrong. How about 110? Yeah, 110 by 110 is the repeat of this gradient. So let's do the @ if it's at 110, how about 100 pixels? 100 pixels. Oh, it needs to be not negative. There we go. Okay, so this is actually at 90. I think it's 90. 90 and 90. And I've got, so let's do 0, 75%. Okay, now we got it. So I think we've got the pieces. So let's let this repeat. So red is actually going to be transparent. That's how we get that look. The yellow and the black will both be this red. Red and the black. And that seems to be the right shape. Okay, so now I don't really want to use display. Well, I'm going to submit this before I count my chickens before they're hatched. Let's just make sure that's 100%. It's a 99.8% match. So that's disappointing because I can't see where I'm wrong. I really can't see where I'm wrong, and that's no good. Okay. So let's do some other things. We're going to set a height of 200 as well. We're going to not do, we're going to do margin 0 auto. And then we're going to set some margins on the body. Margin let's see if that is any better. This might be one of those things where Chrome is a little bit different than Safari. You know, it's 99.8%. Oof, we may have a loser here. All right, so what do we need to do to make this right? Okay. How about we're just going to play with some of these numbers and see if we can see an error. 4, 5, 6, 5. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. How about a transform instead of the word keyword rotate? Rotate 45 degrees. Very disappointed by what's currently happening. Yeah, that 99.8 is no good because I can't see a difference. So I just did a little zoom in and I don't see any difference. So what might the problem be? Tweaking the margins. Still 99.8. What happens if we increase the size? Okay, so that's worse. Do I have a color wrong? Let's look at this margins. 1, 2, 0, 9, 50. So I don't know what I did wrong here. This looks like a pretty good match. One of the things that I'm sort of proud of on this channel is that my solutions are worthwhile and work on any platform, including like so they don't rely on hacks that are specific to Google Chrome. That's the theory. So I'm going to fire up Google Chrome and see if I can get a better result. And I believe I don't have to log in. Okay. I got multiple monitors here, and I am not able to see. able to, I just did a restart, and so it's a little odd. Okay, so there's the monitor. Forgive me while I arrange my monitors. Displays. Done. Was this because I'm in a full screen situation? That's why. All right, so I'm going to copy and paste this whole solution into Google Chrome. All right, I'm not logged in, but that doesn't really matter. I'm going to submit this. Let's find out. That is the 99. So it's not Safari specific. I think there's a problem with this target. That's what I think. I do not see a difference. So Chrome, this validates that the approach that I've taken is good. There may be a problem with this particular puzzle. And when I've had that situation in the past, what I have ended up doing is just doing things a whole different way. So let's do things a whole different way. Not super fun, but not impossible either. Okay, so if we were going to do this all on the background, could we do it? Let's find out. All right, let's start from nothing, and we do a linear gradient, which is at 45 degrees. Or we'll start with orange to transparent. And then that orange again. So basically we're going to adhere to the bounds of this. Okay, so what numbers do we need to make that work? We'll put the diff on, and we just go for it. 5, 3, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. All right, and then I'm going to put the contrasting color so I can really see the problem with it. Okay, so 50, 51, no, 50, 49, 48, 47, 48. And then this is too far, so 49, 48, 47. Okay, so that's step one. Step two is that again with a minus angle. So that's and on this lower one, we can do a layer of red, I believe. Can we? Maybe not. All right, playing around with this. This might not be possible. Yeah, because I haven't totally thought this through. Not that I ever really think it all the way through, but still. Okay. That's what I was hoping to see. And yeah, this is a bad idea. Okay. I'm going to keep that like that. The question is, what do I do to get that diamond? Well, let's, yeah. the diamond in the middle. So do I use, or hold on. Okay, so the solutions that I got so far, none of which hit 100%. Let's use what we had, and we do it without the rotate. So what do we need to do to make this code work differently? So I'm going to add this color on the background, because right now we're depending on that looking through. So now we're going to decrease the size of this. 90, 80. So I'm going to put a margin. Margin 0 auto, and here we're going to do margin 50. Okay. And I'm going to do again the trick of aspect ratio 1. And okay. One, two, three. Okay. And we're going to ignore this. Yeah, we're going to ignore the problems with this so far. We got a radial and conic. So yeah, we're going to get rid of this conic gradient, which is no longer applicable. We just want to constrain the size of this. Okay, so that's too small. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes? No? No? Yes? All right. We're going to get rid of this. That's dead on. Great. And in fact, we can do that on the body. Can't we? Yeah, we can. Circle. Circle. And not transparent, but this. And that gets what we want. So now we're going to do background yellow. That should cover the whole thing. And now what? Oh, now what? I don't know. I'm at a loss because what worked before didn't work. So I'm going to do a linear gradient, 45 degrees. It'll be like 3 pixels of this yellow, orange, whatever that color is, transparent. And then the orange again at, like 100 pixels or something. Or 0 rather. And that'll be the color stop. Okay, so this is what I've done. And 2, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. Oh, okay, so this is what we want. Okay. No, we need the contrasting color in the background. There we go. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8, 9. There we go. So 9 pixels. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 210, 211, 209. Okay. And this again. Minus 45 degrees. And then if I add this color back, you'll see what I'm talking about. There it is. All right. So how do I get that diamond in the middle? I think I need a second diamond, don't I? Or is this, oh man. This is where the goofy colors are good. All right, okay, so we're gonna do this same thing again, but this time, all right, I've decided that we need a second paragraph element. And this second paragraph element is going to be a little diamond. The width is going to be like 20. Okay. And there it is. I love it. Great. Clip path. We're not rotating anything. Rotating, no good today. Sometimes it's good. Today, this puzzle. So this is a diamond clip path that I'm creating. So that is, this is our 2 element. We just need the 1. No, we need the 2. Do we need 2? I don't know what we need. Yeah, so here, P, yeah, so here's what we've done. P plus P is the one where we do that. Okay, now I feel like I've got what I want here. Margin minus. Okay. That's how we create that. One way or another, we keep needing to rotate things, and I may need to give up on this because this is sort of on the silly side. It's very much on the silly side. I'm not having fun. I mean, this is fun. Like, I enjoy a challenge very much, but also this kind of sucks because it's not behaving right. So, and that's too small, isn't it? 228. All right, so if we've got that, what do we have? We got a mess is what we got. This brings us back to the linear gradients that I was making up here, which of course I have forgotten what they were. Okay. Wait, what do we want? Okay. Yes. So no, we want the linear gradients. Actually, we want them. So now we can do what I said we were not going to do. now we don't see anything, and that's disappointing. I don't know why we don't see anything right now. There we go. Now we can see what we want. So what I want to do is create the band of red, red. So we got the orange, then transparent. I don't know why that yellow is that. That's strange. Oh, because I'm in the lower level. I'm gonna comment that out. There we go. So this was the problem. The color stops were just not oriented right. Okay, so let's get this. 100, 01, 99, 110, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to uncomment that. And then 0 pixels. There we go. That's kind of right. 8, 9, 20, 19, 19. Okay, so if we did this well enough, and I doubt it, yeah, almost, okay. Okay, so this is the second way to do this. If this doesn't work, then I think there's a problem with the puzzle for sure. And that is 100% match. So this is a worse solution, right? We got some goofy margins here. I had to make a fake middle of that diamond. I don't even know what to call all this, but kind of a messy, very, very much a messy one. I'm glad I got to 100%, but it shouldn't really be necessary to do all of that to make that work. That is a very long solution for this particular one, where rotating it 45 degrees ought to produce the correct solution, because you get circles, ellipses, and then right angles, and so rotating things 45 degrees ought to do the predictable thing. So I think there's a problem with this puzzle, but who can say? Maybe there's something I'm missing. That is totally possible. Still, not not my favorite thing to have to kind of be struggling so much, and a lot of characters to get this guy to work. I am glad I got to 100%, but kind of a struggle. All right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video and watching me flail about to get to 100%. Not atypical for me to spend quite so much time, but you know, my goal is to get to 100%, and I got there. All right. I hope you're having a great day. Go make a web page. Everybody's got web browsers, and we all deserve to be able to share stuff with our friends, and web pages are a great way to do that. All right. Bye-bye.